Welcome to AI Explains. Today we're doing a deep dive into a paper that, honestly, it really changes the game for how computers answer questions. It's called RAG.
Yeah, RAG, or Retrieval-Augmented Generation, it's a huge deal. To really get it, I want you to imagine you're back in school.
Okay.
You're sitting down for a huge history test, the big one, but there's a catch: you haven't studied for months and you can't bring in any notes.
Oh, that's a nightmare scenario. I would completely bomb that.
Right, me too. But here's the thing. That's pretty much exactly how most AI models used to work. They have something called parametric memory.
That sounds complicated.
It's just a fancy way of saying they can only use what they memorized during training. That's it. If they forget a fact, they can't just look it up. So sometimes they hallucinate.
Which is just a nicer way of saying they start making stuff up.
Yeah.
So they don't look like they don't know the answer.
Exactly. Total confidence, even when they're completely wrong. So this paper, it proposes a solution with RAG. And the best way to think about RAG is it lets the AI take an open book test.
Okay, now you're speaking my language. I love open book tests. So instead of just memory, it gets to bring a cheat sheet.
Better. It gets to bring an entire library. RAG basically combines a brain, in this case a model named Bart, with a huge library, which for this paper was all of Wikipedia.
The whole thing.
The whole thing. So when you ask it a question, it doesn't just guess. It has a little retriever that sprints to the library, finds the most relevant pages, and gives them to the brain to write the answer.
That just makes so much sense. But the paper mentioned two different ways it does this, and this is where it got really interesting for me. RAG sequence and RAG token.
Right. RAG sequence is, what you'd probably expect. The AI finds the best single document and uses that to write its whole answer.
Pretty straightforward.
Yeah, but RAG token, that is the truly mind-blowing part.
Okay, explain that to me like I'm 12.
All right, imagine you're writing a sentence. For the very first word, you look at book A. Then for the second word, you instantly put that book down and grab book B.
For just one word.
For one word. For the third word, maybe you grab book C. The AI can switch its source material for every single word it generates.
That sounds chaotic. I mean, does that actually work in practice?
It works beautifully. The paper has this great example. The AI is trying to write a Jeopardy question about Ernest Hemingway.
Okay.
So to generate the book title, The Sun Also Rises, it uses one source document. Then immediately, like mid-sentence, it switches to a totally different document to get the title, A Farewell to Arms.
So it's stitching together facts from completely different places into one single coherent sentence.
Seamlessly. And the results speak for themselves. RAG just crushes other models on things like trivia and Jeopardy because it's so much more factual. It's not just guessing. It's actually citing its sources as it goes.
And there was one other thing in there that I thought was just brilliant. They called it index hot swapping.
Oh, yeah. This is a game changer for keeping AI up to date. See, usually if something big changes in the world, like, say, a new president gets elected, retraining the AI's brain to know that new fact is incredibly difficult.
Yeah.
And expensive.
But with RAG, you don't need to retrain the brain at all.
Nope. You just swap out the library. They actually proved this. They took a RAG model using a 2016 version of Wikipedia and asked it about world leaders. And it gave 2016 answers, obviously.
Right.
Then they just pulled out that 2016 book and plugged in a 2018 book.
And it just worked.
Instantly. Without any retraining, the AI immediately knew who the new leaders were. It's like updating your entire knowledge of the world just by picking up a new textbook.
That's incredibly powerful. It really does bridge that gap between sounding smart, which AI is great at, and actually knowing things, which has always been the tricky part.
Precisely. It grounds the model's answer in a verifiable source. But, and this is the big takeaway for you listening, this also means the AI is only as good or as unbiased as its library.
Ah, right.
Yeah.
So if the Wikipedia article has a mistake in it, the AI is going to repeat that mistake.
Exactly. It completely shifts the problem. It's no longer about how smart is the AI, it's about how good is the book we just handed it. If the source material is flawed, the AI's answer will be flawed too.
It really makes you think about where all this information is coming from. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive into RAG.